Hello everybody who's watching me, they call me Trevor, it is the church boy, and I'm really so blessed that you're tuned in right now. Actually, before the lockdown, my pastor always used to tell me one thing, that your life will never be the same again after the service. So in the same spirit, you who's watching, I believe that your life won't be the same again after this message. So lately, I've been thinking a lot, of course, praying and also reading the Bible. I've been trying to pursue God, and as I was reading the Bible, the Old Testament, I got to realize that when you compare the proportion of the men of God who are called by God in their youth time, those who are called in their old ages, those who are called in their youth time are actually fewer than those who are called in their old ages. When you talk about youth time, according to the Israeli and Ugandan constitution, a youth ranges from the age of either 16 or 18, actually 30 years. So when I got that those youth who are called by God, I got to realize that they're actually few. In fact, you can talk about David. When you read, David was the son of Jesse, and when you read in the book of, that is First Samuel, chapter 16 to 18, you're going to realize that actually David was despised. Yes, he was a youth, he was called by God in his youth time, but actually he was despised, because you realize that when Samuel went to anoint a new king in the house of Jesse, Jesse even himself, the father of David, despised him, because when he called the sons who were going to be anointed by Samuel, he didn't call David. He left David in the desert to take care of the sheep, and he brought his sons, and actually even Samuel himself despised David. Because when David saw the eldest son of Jesse, he was like, man, this has to be the new king, because the boy was good looking, the boy was strong, and he was handsome. So even Samuel himself said in his heart, I bet this is the king, but God told him, no, that's not the king. Wait for the last boy who was being left out, and not until when they called the boy was left in the desert, and that is David, then he was anointed. So whether that show that even those few youth who were called by God were despised, was even the eldest brother of David himself despised him. When you continue to read in chapter 17, when Goliath had attacked them, David tried, of course he was called by God and he was already in his ministry, tried to go and fight against Goliath, but his brothers despised him. His eldest brother told him, what are you doing here in the battlefield? I thought you were supposed to take care of the sheep, so what are you doing here? You're just here to watch us fighting and stuff. So every youth who was called by God was despised. Because even King Saul despised David too. I mean, this guy was really despised so much. His father first of all despised him, then Samuel despised him, then his eldest brother also despised him. And when you continue to read, even Saul himself despised him. Because when David was taken to King Saul, to tell him that he's going to fight against Goliath, King Saul told him, no, you cannot fight against Goliath. He has been fighting in wars since he was a young boy. Do you think you can defeat him? So everyone despised the youth people in the Old Testament, because even when you continue to read in the book of Jeremiah, Jeremiah was called by God. In fact, Jeremiah wasn't despised by anyone, but Jeremiah despised his own self. Jeremiah despised himself. But God called him, and Jeremiah was like, no, Lord, I'm just a little boy, I can't even talk. And the Lord told him, I knew you before you were even in your mother's womb. Then when you go to another man of God who are called by God in their youth time, then we can talk about those of Daniel. In the book of Daniel, we have Meshach, Abednego, and Shadrach plus Daniel. They are also despised. So what do I mean? All the men of God in the Old Testament who are called by God in their youth time were despised. And they were not only despised, but they were also few according to those who were called in their old ages. So I was really wondering, and I'm like, why didn't God call with the people in our youth time? Why wouldn't God use people who range from the age of 18, maybe those who are in early 20s, not those who are in late 30s and stuff? When I went to the New Testament, of course reading too, I got to realize that even in the Old Testament, we the youth were despised. And we were not also despised, but actually I only saw one youth who tried to do his work in the New Testament, and that is Jesus, the Son of God. Because even Jesus was called in this time, but was despised. He tried to go out to preach in the temples. They always used to go for the Passover ceremony in Jerusalem. And this time when they went, Jesus stayed there for 3 days. They thought he was with them, but he has sneaked out. And he was with the Pharisees trying to ask them questions and the teachers. And they were really amazed. But when the parents came, they despised him. They were like, what did you think you're doing? You worried us and stuff. But they didn't know what he was doing. They tried to explain to them, but they just despised him. So if even the Son of Man was despised in forget to go out to my Instagram, that is Trevor Tizo, plus my Twitter handle is Trevor Tizo. Don't forget to share the videos. Please let everyone know the youth campaign. Don't let everyone know the youth call. The hashtag is youth campaign, youth call. Don't forget, please. God has called us and He wants everybody to know. He wants the world to know this youth campaign. Stay blessed. God needs you, but you need Him.